So, hi guys. First oil I sent to a former retired Marine soldier living in Japan. Got it yesterday, and on my latest film there underneath you can read what he said. But I'm gonna read it for you because this is gonna blow your mind. Once again. Quote, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Totally amazing. I put the oil in the bearings of 3 of my bait caster reels, different companies, Daiwa, Shimano and Abu Garcia, and then let them sit for about 2 hours. I took them to a river near my apartment and carefully casted each reel several times with about half of the magnetic brakes on. I then casted each one of the reels with the mechanical brakes turned completely off. I've always had to set the brakes about halfway or a little more even on all my bait caster reels to try and prevent backlashes, but always ended up backlashing at least once or twice. Today, all 3 reels casted triple the distance than before with very little effort, and I did not get even one backlash, not even one. 0. Not even close to backlashing or spool overruns. I'm definitely amazed with your oil and how well it performs. I only put a single drop of the oil on each of the 2 main bearings. That's all. I also noticed how smooth and quiet all the reels sounded when casting and when reeling in the line. Well, of course, it's an oil, so it makes everything smoother. And I was able to cast well over 100 feet or more with very little effort, and was amazed at the accuracy that I was able to achieve. It was really cold and windy today, so I couldn't video my experience using your oil. But after it warms up, I will try to video how well your oil performs on my reels. Just for fun. And because I wanted to see if my reels would backlash if I casted directly into the wind. I casted each one of them directly against the wind with 0 backlashing. It really didn't matter what kind of lures or weights that I casted, because I casted a Texas rig, Ned rig and a crankbait and a soft bait. All different weights and sizes, but still no backlashes, and totally amazing distances was achieved. I can't thank you enough for selling me your amazing oil. I was about to give up on my new Abu Garcia Pro Max 4 that I bought a few months ago, because no matter how I adjusted the mechanical brakes and the spool tension knob, I usually backlash 2 or more times out of 10 trying to cast that bait caster reel. With your oil installed and the mechanical brakes turned completely off, I can now cast that reel with 0 backlashes, even when I punch it for a super long casting distance directly into the wind. Either people are totally ignorant and clueless, or they don't understand just how well your oil performs. They probably think that your oil is a fake, and that there is absolutely no way that by simply adding your oil, backlashes can be totally eliminated, and that increasingly long casting distances can be achieved. I have to admit, the first time that I watched your video, I was skeptical and didn't believe that your oil could prevent backlashes and increase casting distance. Boy, was I wrong. So you see, guys, it really works. I just know how he must have felt when he casted, man. The mind blow, because I mean I kind of took and made this oil, and man, I was completely flabbergasted, and just getting that like thrown on your face at once in 1 second, kind of. That must really be a mind blow out of this world, because I'm still a bit stunned. It is that good. It's crazy. So yeah, guys, don't be afraid. So I got this wobbly thing. And it's amazing. It's a cheap Chinese 人造身高是做我杭州说说是48哇这么瘦来 just kidding, but it starts X 1000 140. It's 1 2 3 4 pieces glass fiber, and yeah, it's wobbly. Wow, man, it's absolutely fantastic. I have a 3.5 gram lure on it now, and I like the way that you can actually, oh, I have a knot in my line or what? That's over 15 meters. And I should thumb it when I'm casting these BFS reels, because it kind of wants to start backlash. So, and I can open up the spool tension a bit more and cast over 15 every time. But somehow it's like it doesn't matter. I'm not going any further just because I open up the spool tension. It's like I can punch it a bit more. That's like 16 plus. So I can put more power behind the cast and get further. You see, here's my. I measured 10, 15 and 20 meters. Man, I don't even see what that was. 16 again. So yeah, on these BFS reels, I really want to. Oh, that is like 17 meters. But the thing is that I'm not casting like I usually do. I'm bending the rod before I'm kind of casting. You see? So I can't do that really soft cast too. Somehow wrong side backhand, I really make the reels backlash a bit. It wants to backlash, so let's fix that. Because you can, with the spool brake, really fine tune. You can really fine tune it, just like a millimeter more, and it stops backlashing, and you can punch it a bit more. It's so awesome. It's like you have all the control with your fingers, all that spool tension. And I can finally cast 16 over. I can finally cast my 2.5 grams. I casted 188 gram lure with these 10 meters. Well, even 13, but 10 meters without like any problems at all. And just thinking, it's going to be so awesome to walk down a stream and you know, casting left and right. If you see something, you just, man, it flew. Well, twice the distance I thought it's gonna fly. So. This is a completely new rod for me, and well, I have to kind of learn how to use this soft noodle rod. But actually I would like to have the other rod, but with a super soft tip. That would be even softer than this one, because then I would be able to cast like, I think, under 1 gram easily. But this is just fantastic, because I can 10 meters I can do with absolutely no effort at all. If I want to be a bit more accurate, I can just cast it like this. Short distances, a bit, whoa, into the forest kind of. So yeah, I can cast overhand too, really easy. So this is going to be awesome, but I won't be using this that much, because as I told you before, I don't have that many places to fish with it. Because this is from like 2.5 to 5 gram baits, more or less only. And this reel, GH101, the Caesar Saber, actually quite fantastic, but it's not as slick as the Zephyrs. It's but I got a 3.8 on this now, 3.8 gram lure. So, but this is that's over 20 meters. This is going to be awesome for those spinners and stuff from like what a 5, 6, I could take 5 up to 10 like. That's 22, almost 19, probably around there. So it's absolutely brand spanking new, of course. So, and I can kind of feel that the spool wasn't really that slick as it was on Sapphire when it was new either. It kind of stopped quite fast. But I just think that I need to use it, kind of work things out and smooth things out inside. I took away the cap here and I, with a brush, put on waterproof grease all over, anywhere I could, and I dropped in my oil on the bearings. I actually put the household damn difficult word, household oil on both of the bearings afterwards, because I thought that my oil is kind of restricting it, it's breaking too much. And yeah, that's how effective it is. It's just crazy, guys. It really does that, yeah. So wait, I can't really kind of punch this one. It has bigger bearings and probably cheaper bearings. So. Damn, that's 22 meters something. Man, it's nuts. And I actually casted the 2.5 with this, but I could feel that there is something like hindering it, kind of. So, but I'm just thinking it is because it's absolutely brand spanking new. And if I were to change those bearings, because I think the bearings are actually Man, it just flies crazy. I think the bearings are a bit cheap, but they took in the oil in front of my eyes. I haven't seen that on any reel. It just kind of stays on top of it. Don't really want to go in there because they are kind of sealed that much. But these bearings just, that was like they sucked it in. So yeah, they are cheaper bearings, but hey guys, if you can do that 25 meters, it's okay. So what does that say to you? That crappy bearings are better than slick bearings? Yep. Yeah, it actually is that. But what they do is they increase the friction, stops the backlashes. Because that's what my oil actually is doing, and why it's working is because it's in the bearings, and the bearings influence the spool shaft. So it's right in there in the middle. So it doesn't influence the spool speed that much because it's in the middle. The further you go outside and brake it, the more it's going to brake. You get my drift? It's like a disc brake, you know. If you have a bigger disc, you get more powerful brakes. So because my oil is kind of just slightly working the bearings against the spool shaft. That's why it doesn't do. That's why it doesn't restrict the distance. On the opposite, actually, you're casting further because it's an oil. It's slicker. So my oil actually is going to make these crappy bearings work better. So yeah. And that's something 20 feet, 24 meters, I don't know. It's just crazy. That's 3.8 grams. And I tested 9.5 gram bait, a real bait, plastic bait on this, and I think 10 grams is like the maximum. I don't think I should go over that because I don't know, it just feels heavy. It feels like it's what the rod and the reel can actually do, and the rod is 1 to 9, so of course it's working. But casting anything under like 5 grams with this rod, it really went left. But this one, it's not a problem, but it could be softer. It could have a softer top. There's one problem actually, but that's just because I'm casting here on the lawn. I don't have any drag on the line when I'm reeling it in, so the line doesn't get, it kind of doesn't get laid in properly, so it's a bit loose every time I take it in. And when I'm casting, because the line feeder, the line guide, I think it's named, it doesn't move. So when it comes to an awkward angle, it kind of gets tangled in its own line. So if I'm gonna do that. Because if you have a lure on in the water, you're gonna have some pull on the line, and it's gonna lay up the line a bit tighter. And then it's gonna cast it better. So something is. Let's see what we can do with the fine tuning. I think I have a problem how it yeah. I thought I have a knot in the line somewhere. No. Something has happened. Yesterday I had the line went around and it made resistance to the. Well, that was smooth. Let's see if it loosened. It looked like the line was caught in a jam on the left side there. Yep. I should take the whole line out. Just reel it in tightly. Because it is a complete mess as it is now. But man, this is. I don't know why this is so wonderfully awesome to cast with these reels and rods that don't weigh anything, that are like a soft noodle. I don't know. It's just like, and I just thinking about getting a fish on this rod. Man, I'm gonna feel that, am I? Not. Yeah, I kind of using the loose spool because my line it gets tangled in itself, so it kind of doesn't show how tight it sits on the spool. Yep, that's the problem. So it was too loose. That's why I'm getting a bit of a backlash. Yep. Oh my dang, that fly. Because that is never going to happen when you're fishing with it. When you have a lure in the water and you actually have some drag on the line. So yeah, I'm getting problems that I will never have on the water. Because it's like a fine instrument compared to like a 200 size reel. I just need to train a bit. I saw that you can actually buy these soft tops. I need to measure the top on this and that one if they fit. That has this very, very, very kind of soft upper top. It gets caught on the left side there all the time. I need to take out the whole line. And man, do I want to fish now or what? I'm so eager to go fishing, but I actually bought a license for a lake the whole year, where I usually use my kayak, but it's just too cold. I've been there casting, just testing stuff, but it's just like it's too, I don't know, barren. They're still probably way out in the middle of the lake, or are they spawning? Could be. So kind of not catching anything. There was a boat actually there, two people there. They didn't catch nothing either, and they looked like they have a sonar so they could find the fish, and they still didn't get any. So they are a bit too difficult to get now. Oh, now it's really flowing. I increased my spool tension a bit more. Yep. So whatever happens, like now, I had a bit of an overspool, but that's because my line is lying to me, kind of. Up, shit. That one was a good thing. Hit my other rod. So I'm just thinking maybe it's starting to get too loose because I put the thin oil in it. I need to increase the spool tension knob. Now I really have to shake it for it to move, so yeah. Yep, something happened there. So I mean, this oil is just incredible. It is so crazy that it actually works as it does, and I'm still so baffled that it does. I'm actually not thumbing. That's the problem. I am not thumbing at all. Yep. My line is sideways on the reel. Because I haven't been thumbing. I forgot that. That's maybe the downside to this oil is that you forget to thumb. Because you forget to use your thumb because you don't need your thumb. But on this bait or this BFS setup, I need to thumb it. So that's why they started messing up. I don't think about it because I'm talking to you. Yep. So I have to remember that on these two BFS setups, I need to thumb it. It's like it's putting the line, however, on the reel. But guys, I think it's going to be a great summer. And if you have a problem with your bait casters, backlashing, bird's nesting, there's a remedy, and it's called Grace Reel Oil. Get it, guys, while it's still there. See you around. Part 2. I just walked and left my bait there and took off all the line and reeled it in with a bit of a pressure on it. So now I'm casting over 20 meters. 2.48 grams is this weight. Around 20 every time now. So yeah, it matters, guys. If you casting on the lawn and training, think about that. Your line is getting a bit loose and it gets caught in itself when you're throwing. So yeah, man, that's over 20 meters. So shit, and this is my BFS setup. Because I casted at 2.5 gram close to 20, so of course it does 20 with 3.3.5. I mean, that's like gram more. Gram? It's crazy. I'm talking grams now. 2.5 grams. That's like nothing, guys. That's just insane. It's always that left side. I hope it doesn't get caught between the spoon. No, we can't do that. No. But I hope I'm not wrecking my reel because I'm doing, yeah, it's sitting, it kind of caught in between itself, gets stuck. That's why I thought there was a knot in it. Man, it's sensitive, this. Of course these spools, this sapphire spool is so slick, guys. It just, you don't need that much to stop it or make it always spool. And this was really a bitch in the beginning because it always spooled whatever I did. So, and then I actually can fine tune it now. If it's starting to backlash now a bit too much, even when I'm throwing in the beginning and in the middle, then I have to put my oil in it again. So, and the ability to, I mean, think about it. This oil, it's an oil, so it lubricates the bearings. It's going to make it slicker, but when it gets up to speed, it's gonna break it down so gently that it stops backlashing completely on the bigger reels. It has a bit of a problem, but okay, I don't want it to completely stop backlash on a BFS, because that means that it's too heavily braked. So, because you kind of want to go and cast easily with a 2.5 gram bait, right? So it actually gives you more distance, takes away the backlashes, it lubricates, it's completely waterproof, so it's gonna protect your bearings from moist corrosion, and you can fine tune it to fit you, your casting style, because we all have a different casting style. We're all kind of punching it differently. Some have more power in the beginning, some later in the cast stroke, some have power all the way up. But you can fine tune it completely. But just when you use the household, the thin oil, don't overdo it. Because it's like it takes a while for it to kind of start performing 100%. It kind of has to kind of blend in with my oil and completely before it kind of shows itself how it's working. So yeah. It's crazy, but yeah, I would like a really soft top on this one. I don't know if I want that on the other one, because that is kind of perfect as it is. So, but this is just crazy, guys. It's really working. So my film, I filmed inside about fine-tuning my oil. Read the comment there from Collins in Japan, what he thought of my oil. Man, it's just nuts. So take care, guys. Okay, part 3. I actually learned a way to tighten my line when I'm reeling it in. I'm just having my thumb on the spool like this with a bit of a resistance, kind of slightly just put it over there, and it seems like it's really working. It's really looks like it works. Well, I don't need to do that when I'm fishing in water with actual baits that has a bit of a resistance to make the line drag a bit more. But it seems like it's working, yeah? I just need to remember to thumb it. That could be the only negative side with my oil, is that you forget to thumb. But okay, I think you could still be thumbing it all the time, because as I said once before, that if you want to stop the length of your casting so it doesn't, well, kind of hit the trees or whatever you're casting against, it's good to have your thumb there close by. But and that is probably what you're used to, but you don't, even if you forget to use your thumb, you don't get overspooling in bird's nests. So yeah, I would suggest to use your thumb anyway. Well, not use it, but just have it close by, because, well, you don't always have to break the distance. But it's I think that is one of the functions with this bait caster that was absolutely fantastic compared to like the spinning reels. You can't do anything, you can just watch it hit that tree trunk and all those branches hanging over the stream. But man, it's this rod is working so much that I'm putting too much power in. I just don't need that. You need so little effort or power with this, and that is kind of what it's for. I get it now. Damn, there's like no force behind it and it still flies like 10 meters, man. It's absolutely awesome. So yeah, I needed some time to adjust myself to the reel. It's like not 10 meters, 12, 13 without any effort. It's ridiculous. But just imagine how, especially for me with my bad shoulder, how easy this would be to kind of fish walking down a stream or up a stream or whatever, downstream. So incredibly effortless. And it just flies. It's sick, guys. Starting to like this rod more and more, man. It's like fly fishing. Use the rod. I invented something called power save casting that I teach to over 200 fishermen up in the hills where I was living before. And because I thought that the way they're teaching how to cast with a fly rod, it's just worthless. It just means that they have to come back and take another lesson and another lesson, and then they will never learn. My goal was to learn everyone with the first lesson 2 hours. And I did 100%. Women, men, whatever. Actually, the women were better. They're more calmer and they listen. You don't cast it, the rod casts it, and for the rod to cast the fly line you need to bend the rod. So I kind of taught them how to bend the rod, use the power, the loaded power in the rod, and that is actually what I'm doing now with this one. Okay, I can do, but ain't getting nowhere, right? So if I just it's just how it flies, it's so incredible. And it's because this BFS reel is so slick, guys. I'm forgetting now when I'm remembering to thumb. I'm forgetting to thumb when I reel it in. So it's always something, right? So yeah, guys, you can actually just slightly have your thumb on it if you're casting on the lawn, and just put some pressure on the spool and the line, and it tightens itself up. Oh, learned something today, right? Take care. Okay, part 4. It's getting ridiculous. Yep, don't thumb it like this, because I actually pressed the line in between the spool and the wall there. So if you're doing it, try to do it right here, because that's where you naturally are when you're thumbing. So never had that happen before, but the line was actually caught in between there. I didn't think that that's gonna be possible, but yeah, but there is a little space there, and this is a 0.06 line, so yeah, of course that can happen. So that was that, guys.